Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Talk real quick on the mic.
Yo, 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 yo.
Okay, your mic's coming through. Put the headphones in and see. What microphone?
Yo, yo, yo. Yeah.
I am good that way. I'm just gonna do it that way. There we go. Yo. What's up? Yeah, Lugo, yeah. You're like, wait,
hold up.
what the fuck is this? How is this even possible? Dude, why am I not hearing myself? Are you hearing me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me clearly? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, got you. I just want to make sure. I'm like, damn. It's like, even though it's the same setup, I'm like,
Right.
I feel like a whole goddamn different, like, it's like feel like a caveman trying to fucking like figure this shit out. I'm like, what the fuck is all this shit? Same exact roadcaster, nothing different at all. It's like, how the fuck you can't be that retarded in life? Like, come on. No, but Jeff, man, thank you for coming on the podcast, man.
Absolutely,
Seriously,
man. Thank you for having me.
Nah, seriously, it was much funny too because I honestly, not gonna lie, I've been slacking for the past couple of weeks. My last episode I posted was episode 80.
Okay.
So this is 81.
81.
So
I like that.
Hell yeah.
I like that, man.
Because we number one, motherfucker.
We number one. The one, not the two. You know what I mean?
Shit. Hey, yo, so like, man, Jeff, just like a quick introduction. Like, introduce yourself to the people, who you are, and what you look. Quick little summary of what you do.
Absolutely. So appreciate y'all tuning in today, man. My name is Jefe Beats. I'm a producer, A&R, songwriter from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I've been producing for about 6-7 years now, and I just released my second album, my second Virginia compilation album, Who is Jefe Beats 2. All Virginia artists on it, man. All my production is going crazy right now. You can follow me on Instagram, ELXJEFE, to stay updated on live reviews and, you know, shows, videos. We got everything coming for the album, so definitely stay tuned for that. I got artists like Burt Allwild, Zero to God, Jackie Blair, you know, Wayne the Uno, RJ Stackhouse, Toon GG. Okay, Vontae. I mean, we covering Richmond all the way to Virginia Beach, so I'm trying to take over the whole Virginia with this tape, man. So,
holy fuck, man! I see you making, like you said, making connections and
Absolutely.
all that shit. Were you born and raised Virginia? Or?
So I was actually born in Jersey City, New Jersey. Okay. That's where I lived there for a few months, and then from Jersey City, New Jersey, me and my moms, we moved to Long Island, New York, where we lived with my grandparents for a few years, and then from there I moved to California. I lived in North Hollywood for a little bit, for like 3 or 4 years, due to my dad. My dad is a if you don't know Jeff Redd, you can Google him. JEFFREDD. That's my pops. He was an artist at Uptown Records back in the 90s. Very successful record. You called and told me it's his hit record. He also went on to A&R and executive to be an executive producer at MCA Records, and that's why we moved to California. So he worked with acts like Casey and JoJo. My pops discovered Mary J. Blige. He worked with SWV, Field Mob. The list goes on and freaking on. So this music stuff is really not on me, it's in me, man. It's really built into my blood. So I'm really just taking what my dad did and doing it in a whole different way, my way. And you know what I'm saying, carrying the torch. So it's a beautiful thing, man. Damn,
that's all. And it's good that you have that ambition to continue the legacy too, man. Especially having that close connection with, you know what I mean, because it's actually a conversation I have a lot with my guests is like, you know, like what's your past? Like what's your history? You know, like what motivated you? Actually, it's a question to go off of right now. Like, what I know you said you wanted to pass on the torch, but like, you want to go on a deeper, like, meaning and like, did you feel the passion within yourself to get into music even when you were young? Like, obviously, you had your father and like other role models and stuff, but like, you know, was he the main proprietor of what brought you to where you are today, or was it just like something you picked up?
So great question. So when I was younger, he would take me to the studio with him a lot, and I was always around music. He was always playing music around me. So I have a wide range of music that I love, from rock to jazz to R&B to hip hop. So he played everything around me. So in my production, you hear those influences from the different genres. And my ambition for music really started at a young age. I always wanted to produce. When I listen to beats and listen to songs, like I listened for the beat, and I thought that was the coolest thing. And then, you know, going through school was my main focus, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really get into producing until I graduated college. Shout out JMU, go Dukes. I graduated 2019. So I was really focused on school to a point, and then after that, you know what I'm saying, I just really wanted to dive into the production. And I was like, you know, what better time is it than now? I'm out of school, I'm working, things are a little bit more consistent schedule-wise, so I can really carve out time during the week to work on my craft. And that's what I did, started 2019, just started building up my catalog of beats, just started working. and reaching out to artists, getting a lot of denials, getting a lot of no's, and I had to get through that phase of just starting out and not being the best, you know what I mean, and just staying humble, staying consistent, staying focused. And now look at me, man, like I'm getting recognition from people all over Virginia, man, and I actually started out going to open mic events. Now I'm judging open mic events. Wow. I was just at a open mic event a couple weeks ago up there with DJ Joe Pro, who's a Virginia legend, as well as DJ Jack and Spade. He actually does DJing on 103 Jams. Wow. So to be up there with those big legends like that, at my age and my spot in my career feels great and lets me know, like, okay, I'm on the right path. Let me keep going. You know what I mean? I'm getting the recognition I deserve, so it feels good, man. And anybody that watching, man, if you just starting out, keep going. And no matter where you are right now, think about the next 5 years, 10 years where you want to be at, and just manifest it. Just work hard, stay positive, keep God first, and watch him do his work.
And you actually, that's a lot of questions I can go off of right now, honestly. I actually want to go in the beginning when you said, when you went to JMU, like what were you even, was your major even close to like music at all? Like, are you even doing that? I know you're focused so hard on the music, but do you even have do you even use what you learned from like college or
absolutely.
Anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So I went to JMU for engineering, which is it's more than a major. Engineering is a mindset. It really teaches you how to problem solve. So I was really able to take that knowledge and not only use it in my career, but also use it in my everyday life, figuring out how to problem solve, figuring out how to be innovative with solutions and, adapt to different environments and be versatile. That's what JMU taught me, especially myself going to a PWI. It really made me get out of my comfort zone and be more outgoing and really find out who Jefe Beats is. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? Who am I comfortable in? Can I be comfortable in my own skin? And can I own it when I go up to people, when I talk to people, when I meet people? Can they feel who Jefe Beats is? And it took me a while to get to that point, you know what I'm saying? But now I feel like I've really built up that confidence. When I walk in rooms, my head is high, and, it feels good to get that recognition, but also, I did a lot of reaching out and going out of my way to meet people, man. And that's really what it takes to get to where you want to go. You got to put yourself in uncomfortable positions. And it was really uncomfortable for me to go to these open mics and different events, but it really pays off in the end, man.
I just want to give you props, man. Seriously. Like,
absolutely.
I can feel, like, as soon as I met you, I can feel that positive energy. And now, like, damn, this, this is a cool dude. I can vibe with him, man. I was going to say, too, it's great that you're humble enough to be open about, you weren't like this, your mindset, like right. Who you are as an individual now and how it takes time. And a lot of people, actually another conversation I had recently with someone is, cause like, with social media, man, it sucks with like you said, people out there right now, trying to get to where you're at or even just starting, it's, right. It's a lot of mental like abuse on themselves because I can imagine as yourself as an artist, we are our own worst critics. Yes. So it's like we're always like, damn, we're not where we want to be, blah blah blah.
Right.
But we have to understand that we have to appreciate the progress and like with that progress that you've gone through, like because I want to go back to your mindset, like how different was your mindset before going into JMU and then now, like how much of a different individual do you see yourself now, like?
Man, so like all growing up throughout my life, I always used to be kind of an introvert, kind of to myself. So before I got to JMU, my confidence wasn't where it was at. I was, I had a couple of things I was self-conscious of that kind of didn't allow me to be who I was fully and really accept myself. So coming to JMU, being by myself at a college, 3 or 4 hours away from home, nobody near me, it really gave me that ambition and that independence really pushed me to be better. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I would have matured the way I did had I been here in the area, just around my regular friends and around this regular environment. Not to say it's a bad thing, but for me, I needed to go somewhere far, experience something new. Like at JMU, a lot of the people that go there aren't from the 757. They're from Nova and Jersey and Connecticut and all these different places. So it really opened my eyes up to just different perspectives, different environments, different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? And doing that and meeting people and really realizing, I have, like you said, and I didn't know it for a while, like my energy is contagious. So when people meet me, it's like, oh, you're such a happy person, this and that. You're so positive. It's like, I try to put out that energy, but to hear it from other people is a great thing because like I've always been a happy person, but like I said, I used to be an introvert. So really, going to JMU and going to school with 20,000 people and, living in the freshman dorm with the most people, which I was in Eagle Hall, it really forced me to meet people and just get out of my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what do you have to lose at that point? We're all in college. We're all young. We're all trying to figure out what we want to do in life. So, like, who cares what people think about you? We're all trying to figure it out. So keeping that in mind, also keeping in mind my family back home, my little brothers and my mom, they really pushed me to keep going and stay ambitious and just stay uncomfortable. And that's where the growth is at. As long as you're uncomfortable and you know what I'm saying, pushing yourself, the only way is up. You're only gonna grow. You know what I mean? There's no bad, no negative about it. So that's really the mindset I took. Let me just give it my all. You know what I'm saying? Not only am I paying money to be here, but I'm spending my time here, so I might as well make the most of it. And once I adopted that mindset, all these doors open. I started going to different clubs, different events, and just my network just exploded. Once I realized that, it's like, just be confident who you are. People are gonna like you. Some people are gonna not like you, but that's just the way life is. You know what I'm saying? I used to be the kid that I wanted everybody to like me. You know what I'm saying? And when people didn't like me, I'm like, wow, what did I do to them, or this and that? But you can't sit there and try to explain why other people don't like you or why things are the way they are. You just got to be yourself, be confident in that, and just keep rocking, man. People gonna love you, people gonna hate you, man. But hey, if people hating on you, doing something right. So
yeah, facts, you know what I mean? Yo, and that's a great thing to, like you said too, because I don't know why society, man, we're so bent on trying to satisfy everyone, man. And even though these people we don't even know, people who maybe just like it could be a bot for all we fucking know on Instagram, just being like beep beep bop boop boop. Right, fuck you. And it's like,
and we're sitting there letting it get to us, man, letting us get emotional, letting us get, you know what I'm saying, just uncomfortable, and letting that get to our mindset. And like, you just got to be able to, you got to take that with a grain of salt. And every type of feedback, whether it's positive or negative, that made me who I was. Whether it was negative, that really pushed me to go harder. Like, sometimes I send an artist a pack of beats and they might be like, I ain't messing with none of them. I know I got some fire in there, but you just got to keep pushing. That might not be that pack of beats for that specific artist, so send it to somebody else. And so it's easy to get in that negative mindset. Like, you might send a pack of beats to that artist and he might say, nah, I don't like none of them. You're like, damn, should I even be producing? Like, is music for me? Nah, I don't think that deep into it. That's just not his style. So like, you have to be comfortable taking negative feedback and not always getting that yes, not always getting that answer that you want. And that's okay. Because you know what? That door might have closed, but it's going to open up a whole nother door later down the road.
I was going to say too, because it's like with engineering, like when it comes to the mindset and stuff like that, has it, like when it comes to like producing, has it like actually I want to go to another question that will probably lead to what I was going to ask. So going back to 2019, actually, when you first said, you know, I'm going to dedicate myself to music, what gave you that? I know you said it was, you know, you had a more consistent schedule and all this stuff like that. I'm just curious because, you know, 2019, a lot of people have, you know, artists and entrepreneurs and stuff. They said, you know, 2019, I hear the consistency. And of course, it's right before COVID, or at least during COVID when that whole lockdown thing. So was COVID a pusher for you to really say like, yo, like, because, you know what I mean? For me, honestly, that's what got me to do this. Yeah. You know, I was like, fuck, like,
you got all this time on your hands.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, fuck it, why not do something I've thought about doing? Shit. But yeah, like, so what was it that really pushed you to take this action for yourself?
I think it was just thinking about my next 5-10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do I want to be? Do I want to be, you know, working for someone else forever, or do I want to be working towards being financially free and working for myself and making my own schedule on a weekly basis? And really, one big factor for me is having kids within the next few years. And I really want to have a life to where I can be around them as much as I can. I don't want to have to ask for PTO or have to be at work 8 hours a day and send them to daycare. I want to be with them, watching them grow up. You know what I'm saying? I want to give them a life that I didn't have. So that's really my biggest motivator right now, is getting myself to a place where, you know, I'm financially free. I'm building an empire, and I'm setting up generations to come. You know, my kids. I want them to be good. Not just thinking about me. I'm thinking about 4 or 5 lines of generations. So that really motivated me, and just knowing that, COVID definitely helped because I had more time on my hands to think about what I wanted to do. But I think it was more so just like, all right, I'm in a job now. It's going well. I've adjusted. Now what? You know what I'm saying? And for a while, like 6 months after I graduated, I was comfortable. I would go to work, come home, play video games. I was like, cool. But then I was like, it's time to turn this up, because if I don't turn it up now, I'll be here 10 years later thinking, you know, what if I would have done the production stuff? What if I would have done this? What if I done that? So something just clicked, and I was like, let me just start now. No matter where I'm at, or no matter where I think I'm at or where I want to be, let me just start now. Let me get the gears started. Let me, you know, start grinding and see where it takes me.
No, exactly. It's just, I don't know about you. It's just this, when it comes to, you know, going for those dreams, we overthink things. Like, we're like, oh, like what, like you said, you know, we have the questions of like, what if, like when you get older and stuff like that, but what if, like, you know, we think of like, oh, what if we fail here? Like, what if we fail? It's like, dude, well, you don't fucking know. You know, I didn't even expect to be where I am even across this table from you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I literally thought I was just going to be some fucking, like, oh, just some random, I am a random dude. But like,
You're not random, man. You're not random. I see you doing a lot of work in the area. You're working from here all the way to Richmond. You're interviewing a lot of important people in the business. So to see where you've come, especially since 2020, bro, I've been following you for quite some time now. And I just want to give you your flowers now. I love what you're doing, bro. And it's an honor for me to be on the Spawncast podcast, man. It feels great.
Man,
it feels excellent.
I'm honored.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man. You know what I mean? And you mean it's, and I will say that's a challenge for me in the beginning because like that was one of my obstacles by any chance was again like because I value time, like you like how you value your time, making sure that you're gonna be with your kids, your family, your kin, and all that stuff in the future. And that's something I'm like, because you didn't have to come here.
Right.
You could have been on your grind, made another album on the move. You probably already have 4 of them made.
Right.
You know what I mean? For all we know.
Right.
But it's, you know, time is more valuable. Money, and that's another mindset I've been changing a lot recently. The past couple of years is money being more of a fuel and or a tool, I guess is a better way to describe it. Because I feel like if we overemphasize like fears, like, you know, being homeless or not having money, that's when it's going to happen.
You start manifesting that energy. The more you think about it, the more you talk about it, the more you're like, oh, I don't want this. Oh, I don't want that. But the more you talk that energy out into the world, it's going to come back. So why not put out positive things? Why not say things that you want to accomplish? I want to be here by a certain place and put in the work to get there and watch how the universe moves out your way for you. It's a beautiful thing, man. It really is. Manifestation is real. It's not just about saying you want to do something. Obviously, you got to put the time and focus in, but if you really putting out good energy and staying focused and in your lane and doing the right things, you'll be surprised how the universe moves out of the way for you and those blessings just start pouring in. But you wouldn't know that unless you take those risks. You have to be uncomfortable and you have to be okay with not being the best or not being good for an extended period of time until you reach that, you know, you get over that hump.
Man, I was gonna say, like, I want to go back actually to, you know, your early life, your childhood and stuff like that, because you said you traveled a lot, moved around. How did that affect you growing up, like when it came to, you know, making friendships, making, you know, stronger connections? Like, did that affect you, like, at all? Like, oh damn, like I can't even keep a friend because I'm moving to all these fucking places, you know what I'm saying? Like, or anything like that, like anything that came to mind looking back on that?
So that's a great question. I think it really hit me when I was in California, because that's when I was like, I want to say I was like between the ages of 5 and 7. I was in kindergarten. I left California after the 3rd grade. So I was, you know, in the middle of elementary school, had all these friends that I had known since kindergarten, and then going to a different spot for the last 2 years of elementary definitely hit me, because I was like, you know, I don't want to leave my friends. I got to start new. I'm going to be the new guy here. So the first couple months were a little tough, you know what I'm saying? I was a little sad. I'm like, damn, like, this is a big change for us. But after a while, like, my personality just kind of took over, and I'm real easygoing. It's easy for me to meet people from all backgrounds. So it really just took a little bit of time for me. But thankfully, after we moved to Virginia, I stayed in the same school district through 12th grade. Okay. So after that, I was really able to solidify those friendships, and I grew up with the same people since elementary, middle, high school. So that was I actually just went to a friend's wedding that I knew in middle school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, last weekend. So awesome. Like, it's I think it's really important to try to have your kids stay in the same system and grow up with the same people, because then you create lifelong relationships. And I feel for the people that are like in the military and they're always having to move around, like 3rd grade, 5th grade, you're somewhere else, 8th grade, you're somewhere else. That's hard because you're not able to really solidify those relationships. Yeah, you get to meet a lot of people, and it's a good thing because you're able to network and be versatile. You might live in Guam, you might live in Hawaii, you might live in Texas. So it gives you gives you great perspective. You know what I'm saying? You've been all over. But for me, I think like that first jump from Cali to VA was hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to a whole different coast. I don't know the weather over here. I don't know anybody. So the first few months were hard, but honestly, I don't really remember any bad times as far as that goes. It was pretty easy for me to make friends and for people to, you know, get to know me. And yeah, so.
No, that's awesome. And I think you said it perfectly too just earlier. You know, it just, looking back on it, it's only made you more versatile to communicate with anyone and everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah? And that's something now that's, it's a rare thing, man. You know, again, going back to, you know, the past 3 years with the, you know, people not having close social, like not a lot of social interactions like we used to, it's definitely affected people in their everyday lives and how to communicate. You can see it, you know, every day. You know, some people just, I'll even say hi to people and they're just like, like get nervous. I was like, oh, what? Oh, like, is there something on my face? Like, do I got pie on my face? Like, what's good? Like, let me know, please. You know what I mean? If I had like broccoli in my teeth, I would tell I hope you
would let him know. Like, really, dude. I get you. I want to go off that real quick because I have 2 little brothers.
Oh yeah,
they're like 5-year difference. And just that small generation gap.
Wait, are they twins from? Wait, are they
fraternal twins?
5? Oh wow.
Yeah, both of them.
Wild.
Yeah, and it's crazy. My birthday's the 28th. Their birthday is 27th. So 5 years apart, 1 day apart. I don't know how my mom did that.
Get
crazy.
the fuck out of here. Oh, you have to share a bunch of birthdays though.
Yeah, that absolutely. Couldn't get my own gifts. You know what I mean?
All right, you're gonna share this PlayStation 2 with your brothers. All right. Fuck. All right. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? I'm the oldest, so I'm playing for fucking as long as I want. Fuck you. You're going to play like for the last hour before
for the last
bed.
30 minutes, right?
Yeah. They try to tell mom, what you say?
Right. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't give me that. So me and my brothers, like, we definitely, I wanted to talk about them real quick because that generation, I feel like, is just a little bit different in terms of being able to hold conversations and talk to people. Like, I was born in 96. So my generation,
baby.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
So that generation, I feel like, was one of the last years to really experience good TV, good television, good entertainment. Like, we grew up with great stuff, and I think we also used to play outside. We were fine playing outside, making friends, doing that type of stuff. My brothers, I feel like their generation, a 5-year difference, 2001 and after, they didn't have that much interaction outside. That's when the kind of internet boom really, really took off, and you know, kids are used to being on their phones all the time, texting people, being on the game. So, like, taking them out in public or seeing them interact sometimes is different from me because I'm like, you know, I'm able to kind of jump in a conversation and say, hey, how's it going? I'm Jeff, introduce myself. But for the younger generation, it's a little bit harder. Like you're saying, you might see somebody in person and say, hey, and they might get nervous or get a little weird about it. But it's like COVID also kind of, I think, affected that too. People were in the house a lot, especially the younger kids. They weren't outside playing. You were forced to be by yourself because you didn't want to catch COVID. So, like, I feel like that definitely had a negative impact on that generation as far as being outgoing and being able to be versatile and things like that. And like I said, I see it with my little brothers a little bit. It's not a bad thing. It's just generational differences. You know what I mean? It's how we grew up and what we're comfortable with.
No, exactly. Especially, you know, it's so funny because I think about that too. We were literally born in the perfect time. We got to see. You mean obviously we had like, you know, there was phones and stuff like that, but it wasn't as big. Like, it wasn't like, you know, everyone had a fucking cell phone. Not everyone, you know what I mean? We saw the progression of the beginning. We saw the first iPhone. We, you know what I mean? The little mini iPods. Like, we see, you know what I mean? We grew up with we grew up seeing the technology grow with us. Well, them, you know, they were just thrown into it. Like, they grew up with it literally in the hands. Like, I see fucking 5-year-olds now, dude.
Knowing how to use phones, calling people. I'm like, yo, what is going on?
Hey, yo, where my Legos at, motherfucker? I'm in the back of the kindergarten playground. Where the fuck you at? I gave you those Legos last week. They're fucking...
Word, I need them back now.
Yeah. I just checked on the market. They're fucking worth 200 beans. You better not fucking fuck me over. Yo, it's so true. Yo, and talk about technology, like, in your perspective, like, would you say do you think it's hurt us more as a society, as humanity, or is it like helped more than it's hurt us?
Damn, I want to kind of say both. Like, a lot of the technology advances that we had in the past 10, 15 years have been really helpful. Like, you think about the safety features in cars and, you know, the things like that have happened. Those are helpful, but I feel like some things like social media, Instagram, TikTok, they can be good for your business, but they can also be time consuming. They can also be negative depending on what you're watching and what your algorithm is pushing out to you. And I read this thing too, which is very interesting to me. The TikTok algorithm in China is different than the one in the US.
Oh, yeah.
China TikTok algorithm feeds them educational things, shows them how to, you know, do math, shows them how to create businesses, show them how to do this, positive, happy things. That's what they show their kids in China. And then their algorithm to us is, you know, the hottest dance craze, or, you know, a song going viral, or something stupid, somebody getting hit, or, you know what I mean? Something like that. So it's stuff like that really makes me think, like, what are we feeding our brains and our minds and our bodies every day? What are you eating? What are you watching? What are you drinking? You know what I'm saying? Who are you around? What influences? What music are you listening to? All those things influence how we act and how our mindset is. So if you want to shift your mindset, you got to watch what you're putting into your body in all aspects. Because one thing I recommend is trying to drink a lot of water. I drink a gallon of water a day, and you know what I mean. And I also try to drink or eat fruit at least 5 days a week.
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Apples, mangoes, all that stuff. And it's just little changes like that in your life that'll make a huge difference. You'll notice your mindset start to change. Stop eating so much fast food and everything that's made in 5 minutes. That stuff is not good for your body, and it's not going to help you be long. You know, it's not going to give you that longevity you need. So just little shifts like that. That's also going back to your question about like what changed from before JMU and after. It was picking up habits like that, eating cleaner, drinking more water, getting that sleep. You know what I mean? And those little things really helped me turn it up. Once I was able to adopt those things, I was really able to go ham and producing, because it's like, okay, all I need is my water, a banana, some fruit. I'm good. It keeps me light. It keeps my brain working great. I'm not negative. I'm pushing out positive energy. So all those different things matter. You know what I'm saying? And like I mentioned earlier, manifestation, bro. Right. Just saying to yourself every day where you want to be in the next 5 years, where you want to be in the next 6 months, and just working towards it and just saying you're going to get there. And watch how much you accomplish, bro. Damn. It's crazy.
No, it's beautiful, man. And actually, I'm going to have to send you a link, actually. I actually sent it to Love Child too, actually. Shout out to Future World Sport too as well, and Community Love Norfolk for having me record this podcast episode here at their studio.
Absolutely.
Look at this beautiful vibes. Go support them any way you can. Future World Sport Network on Instagram, and Community Love Norfolk. Great people, great individuals. But
also go check out the YouTube Future World Sport on YouTube. I hold a podcast there myself called Foolery Hour. Based off my clothing line, Tomfoolery. So that's every Thursday. We've been off a little bit because of the album and stuff going on, but we're going to be back within the next 2 weeks. So look out for that as well.
That's awesome, dude. Hey, and you know what I mean? You can, especially as an artist, I can imagine you have like 20 projects already in line. It's just like,
right.
And that's another thing that I learned. You can probably give some light on your end, like, when it comes to focusing on these, things, it's hard. Like, it took me a bit, because when I was I draw and stuff like that, and I'm looking at my old work from like years ago. I'm like, damn, I never finished it.
Right.
Because I would always hop to the next idea and shit like that. I'm like, yo, and that's where a lot of people have to start, is just focus on getting one thing done at a time, and not like feeling like, oh damn, I'm slacking because I haven't gotten these other 19 things done. It's like, well, guess what? You still got one done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you going to be mad at yourself like that?
I used to be like that so much, like so scatterbrained, and I still am with certain things. Like even just like simple stuff like cleaning the house. I might start cleaning the shower, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I got to go do this. I might start laundry. I might go do the dishes. So my brain's all over the place. So for me, writing down reminders and notes of what I need to do and kind of organize it that way helps me keep things in line. Because if not, I have a whole bunch of different ideas and things going on in my head, and it's hard to be productive that way unless I write it down and kind of create a schedule, or this is what I want to get done today. Boom, 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 boom. And that makes me feel more productive, and then I can reward myself after that. And that's another thing I adopted at JMU, was like a reward system.
Okay.
I wouldn't do certain things, play the game or go out, unless I had everything done. So that was my reward, to make sure I got my homework done with the class and things like that. Then I'll go out and party. But I got to make sure business is handled first, and that's the mindset I adopt now. Let me make sure my music and whatever I'm doing business-wise is handled first. Then I'll have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Work hard now, play hard later.
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole mindset.
And that's hard. You know what I mean? That's hard for, you know what I mean? Even, you know what I mean, myself, I'm not going to lie. I have my days where I'm like, fuck. Like, but I've been cutting down like my consumption of like cannabis, because I used to smoke before my podcast, but then I would listen back. I'm like, it just doesn't sound like I'm not fully there. Unless obviously, you know what I mean, my guest is like smoking. He's like, hey, you want? I'm like, fuck it, I'll smoke. I'll be retarded with you. I'm like, fuck it. But dude, having that discipline to be like, all right, I have something to get done, and then you feel, like you said, you feel so much better when you're like, damn, I got shit done. I'm chilling.
Now I can do what I want. Now I can do this. Now I can do that. Now you feel good. Now you can relax and enjoy whatever it is that you're doing without thinking, oh shit, I should have got this done. I should have got that done. That's not a good feeling. I can't relax and enjoy myself when I know I got shit I need to get done.
I was gonna say, like, is that something that like when it came to like video games? I know you said like you had that routine when you're engineering. You come back home, video game. Is that the ideas you were thinking while you were playing? You're like, man, I could be doing right now. I could be
absolutely, and that's why I cut it out. Like, I don't even play the game like that anymore, and it's like that's one of the things I grew up doing. I used to be a heavy gamer, and then I realized, like, why am I gaming right now? I'm not where I want to be. Why am I comfortable sitting on the game for 2 or 3 hours after work? I could be building the future for myself. And once I hit that click, that switch, bro, I just like, I'll play it every now and then, but spending hours on that joint, I'm like, it got to a point where like I would turn it on and play for like 15, 20 minutes, and I'd be like, yo, I could be making music right now. Shut that joint right off and get on the laptop and start cooking up. So like just having that switch of like, yeah, it's okay to have fun. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah,
it's cool to have fun and play the game, but it's like you gotta have boundaries with it. And for me, I knew it was a crutch. I knew if I get on it for 30 minutes, that 30 minutes might turn into 3 hours. So why not cut it off? Get on it, do something productive that's gonna build me a future. And then what I think about it is like, okay, I'll sacrifice playing the game now. So in the next 5-10 years, when I'm financially free and I'm able to do what I want, then I can play the game. You know what I'm saying? I got work. I got money. I'm making money in my sleep. That's one thing I'm really big on is passive income. I also do real estate and things like that.
Oh, really?
So yeah, multiple streams of income is the way to go, man. Me and my fiance, shout out to her, Sydney. We do real estate together, and I have the clothing line. I do music, so just trying to create multiple streams of income. That way, you never know if something's gonna fall short. That way, you got a few backups over here that's still generating income. So that's kind of my mindset right now, is getting it to where everything's on autopilot, to where I wake up in the morning, check my phone. Okay, I made 5,000 last night. Cool. What's on the plate for today?
Yep. How can we double that today?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? How can we triple that next week?
And that's another thing, dude. I will say, going back to our conversation earlier about the differences between our generation and the newer generation. The newer generation, honestly, has so much more tools now to achieve that.
So much.
So much. Are you into crypto, or is that not something you're big into?
Oh, man, I hate talking about crypto because I was heavy into the NFT craze in 2020 and got finessed. Damn. That was such a big finesse movement, and I was one of those people that was like, even growing up, even with different things like going to a party or something, I always had FOMO, bro. FOMO, like, I need to get on this. I need to get on this now. You know what I'm saying? And oh man, I put a couple $100 into one of these NFTs, and they just kind of went left. And they was building up a lot of promises. We gonna do this. We got a roadmap, this and that, and just ended up being another one of those guys that just pulled the rug on us. So I still have a little bit of crypto. I have some Ethereum, but
Keep it with the solidified ones like Bitcoin and all that.
Exactly, yeah. but I kind of took a break from that. After I got hit with that, took that loss, I'm like, all right, let me focus on the music and other things right now. I'll come back to crypto, but my first experience with it wasn't great. There was a lot of dishonorable people in the NFT world, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that is feeling that. So
100%. You know what I mean? The same thing with me when I wasn't into NFTs heavy, but just cryptos in general. I invested in what's that?
Dogecoin.
No, I fucked up on that because
the Dogecoin went crazy. It went bananas.
I fucked up, dude. Because I was like, oh, this is stupid. It's retarded. There's no way it's gonna fucking make it. Yo, my cousin. Well, shout out to my cousin though, because she did good. She invested in, and she made like 10 bands. I was like, damn, good for you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Shout out to the people who make it. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
Just people out there, we're not financial advisors either. Just do your research, man.
Be smart.
We have phones. Just do your research, do your due diligence. Even then, though, the crypto market, like you said, it's volatile. That's the thing. It's so you can make insane profits at a quick time, but you can also lose even more than that in a quick amount of time. And I don't know. I still believe in it. I'm the same as you. I have like Bitcoin, all this. Oh, damn, what is it?
Oh, it's about to come back. It was come
Luna.
back. Luna. Okay.
Do you know Luna?
I think I've heard of that once or twice before.
Okay, no,
is that a coin?
Yeah,
is it crypto?
Okay, because that was actually one of the ones I invested in, and I fucked up. I bought it at I did good until I fucked up not pulling out, but pull out game week.
Pull out game was weak as hell.
Fucking so I bought it at I think like $20, $30, 35 maybe. It's been a while, but it went up to I think like 250 each, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna leave it.
10 times your money, yeah.
Yeah, and then next day, bro, the market just everyone was pulling out. Yeah, I guess the head guy was all fucking promise this, promise that. I guess something to do with not keeping up with balances or some shit. I'm not very technological when it comes to that whole aspect of crypto, but I was like, fuck, and that's what woke me up to. I'm like, all right, I gotta make sure I'm doing my due diligence.
Doing your research. But that's another thing that's weird about the crypto and NFT world. It's unregulated. So there's just these big dogs at the top that's making all the moves, and once they pull out, you might lose all your money. Or same thing with the NFTs, bro. It's almost like, I don't want to say it because it's almost like a pyramid scheme. It's like the people at the top is eating, but the people at the bottom that's bringing people into at least my experience with the NFTs. There's some really good NFTs out there. Don't get me wrong. Cosmo Dinos, there's a couple others I can't think of, but basically Never have FOMO either. That's what really messed me up, is feeling like I'm gonna miss out on something or I'm gonna miss opportunity. There's gonna be so many opportunities. Don't ever adopt that mindset, because that's how you make illogical decisions. Feeling like you're gonna miss out on something. Let me jump on this real quick. You're not even thinking about what you're doing. That was me. I'm not even thinking about fully what I'm investing in, and are these people trustworthy? I'm just feeling like, oh, all these other people doing it. Let me hop on the wave. Let me try to make some quick money. And that was the dumbest decision I made, but it was I'm glad I made that mistake, because I learned from it.
Yep.
You said something earlier about making mistakes. And when you starting out, whatever you're doing, whatever career, don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's where the growth is at. Being uncomfortable and making the mistakes. Failing is good, especially early on, bro, because that's how you get to success faster. You got to fail quick, fail fast, fail often, and then the success will start pouring in. You know what Michael Jordan said? I failed over and over again in my life. That's why I succeed. That's a fact. You have to fail. You have to make those mistakes. Learn from them. The only way it's a mistake is if you don't learn from them. If not, then it's a lesson.
Facts. And like you said, going back to mindset, it's really the mindset, because, you know, some people will be so down themselves again. It's be like, damn, I fucked up this one time. Dude, I'll tell you a funny story, man, how I fucked up. Dude, this is the first time I'm going to tell this story, so y'all gonna have a good little treat. Yo,
World premiere. This is the first time you heard this.
Dude, you know those goddamn scammers on Instagram you never trust?
Yeah.
Yeah, I trusted them.
Which one? There's so many different types of Instagram scams. Which one?
Yo, so I was in California, growing weed, mind you. My dad's like, oh, you want to find, you know, the packwoods? You never heard the packwoods?
Yeah,
I'm
heard of them.
I'm like, oh, I'll just fucking, you know, go through Instagram, because I'm thinking geographically I'll find like an area or something. I'm like, all right, cool. Fucking found this random guy, messaged him. He's like, oh, I need this. Send me the thing and I'll send you an address. I'm like, all right, cool. Sent him $300. Later on, get scammed because it made, see, that's the thing, I didn't do my due diligence to like read my emails, and it had the USPS sent me an email saying, oh, we believe there's some contraband in your, you know, in this package. If you want us to pass by without inspection, you have to pay $1,000. I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
So you paid that too?
Yeah, dude.
And that was a scam too?
Yep. Dude, I got to, dude, that rug, I was like,
oh my God, bro. That's crazy.
I just laughed at myself.
It had the USPS logo and everything?
Yes, bro. And then like later on, my roommate, shout out to Gio, fam.
Shout out to Gio, because you already sound like you looked out for my boy.
Oh, dude, he did, dude. Because like, you know, I didn't want to talk to anyone about, because it was just me, him, and then our, shout out to Vaughn too. You're awesome, man.
Shout out to Vaughn too.
But, yeah, I was, you know what I mean? I was just in my head like, oh, damn, like, because this is the next day. It's in the morning. We're about to open up the greenhouses. He's like, oh, you forgot to open the greenhouse. And I like, and you know what I mean? Again, I was a whole different mindset. Dude, I used to have dreads. Dude, I just didn't have control of my emotions. So I'm just like, ah, fuck. I'm like, all right, fuck. I'm like, it wasn't a big deal. It really, like, there was no need for me to play. He's like, dude, what's up? I'm like, man, I lost fucking $1,300 over a fucking Instagram thing. He's like, wait, what? And then you know, we looked through the thing. He's like, oh, this is how you could have. There was like misspellings and shit like that. You know what I mean? Shit like that I should have picked up right away. But going back to like you're saying, when we're like FOMO, for example, like we're just so quick, we react on emotion instead of logic.
Yes.
And that's why I learned, man. That's what I've learned. I learned so much since then, man. I'm like, yo, like.
Never again.
It's like, hey, I laugh at myself. I'm like, hey, guess what? You lost Did you lose $1,300 to a random fucking Instagram ad?
But guess what? You lost that $1,300 one time, and you won't lose it ever again.
Exactly.
So that's the best thing about it. You make that mistake once, and it's like, all right, cool, I got that out the way. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me, you know what I'm saying? Now, let me get to the success part.
Yeah, dude. And then that thing too, like when it comes to, you know, mistakes you make, or I guess learning lessons is a better way to describe it. Just, you know what I mean? Laugh about it, you know, be like, hey, you know,
life is short at the end of the day too. So like sometimes you got to laugh at certain mistakes. Like, damn, why did I do that? That was so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And in the moment, you might not think of why you did that, but sometimes we just do stuff out of, like you said, out of emotion. And that's the worst way to react to things, because you end up regretting it later down the road. You know what I'm saying? Making decisions based off emotions, whether it be money, whether it be a relationship, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let it cool down, and like you said, take the time to research and take the time to actually look into what you want to invest in and make sure it makes sense. Not just doing what everybody else is doing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody else could be investing $500, but that don't mean they gonna make $500. You know what I'm saying? This goes off to the old saying: if what's his name jump off a bridge, you gonna jump too? You gotta use your own head, man.
Yep. And I actually want to go back to you know, real estate. Like, what got you? Was your wife into it already, and she got you into it, or was it something that you were interested in before? So and you both like dynamic duo. Let's go.
I've always been into real estate since I was a kid. Like, even like some of my friends in California, their parents were real estate agents, and you know, just seeing the houses out there, bro, that just got me motivated. Like, since a young age, like, yeah, I wanna have a house like this, and like, what ways can I get there? So what we kind of dove into was wholesaling. I don't know if you know what that is, but basically it's on the line of renovation. So okay, let's say there's this person here, Sally, that has a house, right? Sally is in distress, right? She needs to sell her house quick. So her house is run down. She doesn't have the money to fix it up. Let's say it's worth $100,000. I'm the middleman right here. I'm saying, okay, I see Sally needs help. She's trying to get money. She's trying to get out of this house. There's another person over here. His name is Jack. Jack's got plenty of money. You know what I'm saying? He's looking to fix and flip houses.
Okay.
So for me, I'm in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and buy the contract to Sally's house. That way I technically own it, right? Okay. I own the rights to her house. I'm going to take that contract and I'm going to sell it to Jack because I know Jack's got money. He's going to take it, buy the house, fix it and flip it, and he's going to make a profit.
Wait, so you didn't have to pay for buying the house off Sally? Like you just sign a contract or like, hey, like now it's ownership of me? Like, okay, I got you. And then what does she make? Yeah, actually continue.
It's very different. So let's say, okay, so everybody wins here. So Sally's going to get the money from Jack. Jack's a cash buyer. Jack's got money to burn. He's got contractors. He's going to fix and flip. He's going to renovate, and he's going to sell that house for a profit. That house, he might buy that. Jack's going to buy the house for $100,000, right? He's going to put $60,000 worth of renovation. He's going to put it on the market for $230,000, $240,000. He's gonna make $60,000, $70,000. So he's not worried about whatever we're charging. So us being the middleman, we did all the work. We found the house. We talked to Sally. We got the house under contract. We got her. You know what I'm saying? We got her nice and sweetened up. So we gonna take that contract. Boom. Hey Jack, we found this house for you. It's in a great neighborhood. It's got great potential. All you need to do is put 50, 60,000 into it, and here's your projected profit, 40, 50, 70, 80, whatever it is. Okay, he does his research. He backs it up. Okay, this does look good. I can see where I can put my profit in. Even if things go bad, I can still make 30, 40,000. Exactly. Boom, I want that. So we'll take that contract, give it to Jack. Now Jack owns the house. And then from there, we take a step back. And we just made a few $1,000s just doing some easy work.
That's
really
awesome. But, you're saying the thing is you're saving time though for Jack, for example, to do the research. So
and that's why we get paid, because I'm saving Jack the time of having the headache of having to go out to the house, talk to the owner, see the owner, what problems are with the house, what neighborhood is it in. You know what I'm saying? All those different headaches. I just present Jack with a silver platter. Boom, here you go. And he's like, that makes sense to me. I'll buy it.
Yep.
And he knows he's going to get a profit out of it.
Damn.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
How many years have y'all been doing this?
We've been doing it since like 2020. We took a break, honestly. Last year was super busy. We traveled a lot, but we're back to pick back up. We're actually about to dip into Airbnbs too.
Really?
Yeah, get into that business.
Yeah, I wanted to ask like how much like was there more opportunities that blew up during like this housing market? Like
so it was actually kind of a perfect time to get into it. When we got into it with COVID, everything was kind of crazy. The housing market was fire for people trying to get houses at a low bargain, a great deal. So it was a good time to get into that business because houses were already, kind of below what they were worth. Yeah. And then you take houses that are run down and it might not even be Sally's house. It might be Sally's mom's house, and Sally's mom passed away. Now the family's trying to get rid of the house. Okay. So we're looking for situations like that where people are like, I'm just trying to get rid of the house. You got cash money? I'll take that. You know what I mean? We're not putting up with people. We're not dealing with people that want to put their house on the market.
Got you.
Because that's a whole nother route. Yep. We're looking for people that are just trying to get cash and go.
Yep.
Because dealing with the market, that's a whole nother beast, and we're not looking for those type of folks. We're looking for people that are, either getting divorced or, like I said, there's a death in the family. They're trying to get out of that house quick, so they want cash. They don't care. They're not trying to wait to put it on the market and have to pay the realtor 3.5% and all that. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to get cash money. So that's the beauty of that whole situation, is just looking for certain situations that make sense. You know what I'm saying? And making sure the deal is sweet enough for me to make a profit and for Jack to make a profit.
Exactly.
That's the game.
Damn, that's very fucking cool. Seeing that again, there's so many ways to just.
There's so many ways to do it in real estate. That's just one. You can be a Jack. You can put some money up. You know what I'm saying? Create a business, create an LLC, get you a loan, start fixing and flipping, make your first profit, put that back into the business, and then start flipping that way. We also purchased a home. I own a home in Virginia. So that's, since COVID, that's already got a certain amount of equity.
Oh my God. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you literally, like, one of my neighbors, when I moved in, they were moving out, and I'm like, oh, how much? You mean? They're like, oh yeah, we sold our house and we made, I think it was like 40 to 50,000 over asking price. I was like, God damn. Like,
yes.
people are just wanting to get out of houses, man. You know what I mean?
Yes. So like ownership is the best thing, especially with the way rent is going nowadays. People are paying an arm and a leg, and it's rent. It's not. I mean, everybody's situation is different. I paid rent when I first graduated. I had to live in an apartment, but over time you got to start thinking about owning, because you're losing money renting. You're literally paying money to somebody and it's going to nothing. But you pay that mortgage every month. That's going in your pocket when you think about it.
Facts.
You own that house, so that money is coming right back into your pockets, not somebody else's.
I'm gonna have to talk to you because that's something that like I've always wanted to buy property. Yeah. So it's just I'm like, yeah, I gotta take making these moves.
Absolutely.
I would like to have, I would like to have my own studio. Where I can just have fly people over and be like, hey, yo, come on over.
Yeah.
What I mean? But exactly like what, and it's weird to actually talk about like this new generation of people growing up. It's like how they don't want that responsibility now. It's like, why would you not want that responsibility? Like, yeah, of course it's not easy, to maintain a house, but guess what? Like you said, it's yours. To know that this is my home where my family, not even just for myself, for my future generations, at least I'm leaving them something more.
Leaving a legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Leaving a legacy. And also there's different types of houses. You don't have to live in a single family home where you got to cut the lawn and do all that. You can live in a townhome where everything is based upon, a condo association where people come out and cut your grass for you. For certain people that are busy and on the move, that works better. For some people want a single family home. I didn't want that starting out. I don't want that responsibility. I don't have the time to cut my yard. That doesn't interest me as a person. So why would I go out and do that? You know what I'm saying? Just to impress somebody else. Yeah. I have friends come up to me like, oh, you could have bought this. You could have bought that. You could have had this much. Okay, but that's not for me. And that's not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I made the best decision for me and my family and what we wanted to do. So that, you know what I mean? You're also going to get that too. When you make decisions based on what you want to do, you're going to get backlash, even from the people you thought loved you. You know what I'm saying? And that hurts the most, but you really got to you really got to be overconfident in your decisions, because you might get backlash from Mom Dukes. You might get backlash from your best friend. It's like, yo, I thought you were supposed to be supporting me. You know what I'm saying? And different perspectives and different things go on, and, whatever that may be. But you also just got to stay focused no matter what outside factors are coming in. You got to make the decision best for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you might take somebody's opinion and miss out on a great opportunity. That house you could have bought could have made you, like you said, $80,000 in equity, because you was listening to so and so. You went and bought this other house, a single family home, but you losing money on it. You got more land, but you losing money. So like you got to make the right decision for you at that moment, no matter what anybody says, bro.
And I want to go back to what you said too. It does hurt. It does suck that when you do get that criticism from especially family members, man. That's the last, you know what I mean? Of course, you want the constructive criticism as well, but then there's a point where it's like, all right,
this is not constructive anymore. You just hating, bro. You know what I mean? You just pure hating on me, bro. You know what I mean? And I've experienced that a lot too. You keep elevating, and certain people might stay in the same spot, and you just keep elevating. You just keep trying to get to new heights, and people don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to wake up. I used to be around people that, all we did was joke each other all day. Sit around and just kind of joke each other, and it wasn't productive, bro. I had to get myself away from that environment and be around people that are focused on uplifting each other. Yeah. It's okay to joke around and have fun. Don't get me wrong. But if that's all we doing, and to the point where it's kind of messing up my self-esteem, I don't need to be around you, bro. So I had to switch up my whole circle and get around people that was more focused on, uplifting, positive energy. Let's work on music. Let's work on this. It don't even have to be music. Whatever it is, let's just be productive. Let's work on our future, bro. Let's not get stuck and just sitting on the couch doing whatever, you know what I'm saying, wasting time. That's not, I had to get out of that mindset. That was cool for high school and shit like that, but one of my pet peeves is wasting time, bro. I hate wasting time, especially how fast time is moving in our world, bro. I don't have time to waste, man. And if we not on the same page, no hard feelings, but I'm going to go this way. You stay over here, I'm going to go that way. You know what I mean? And that's the mindset I took in the past 2-3 years, especially after college, bro. You just see certain people comfortable in where they at, and I wasn't comfortable, bro, so I had to switch up my environment, man, and be around more people that was kind of on my mindset and on my path. And that was a huge change, because I had everything else in place, but I just had certain people around me that really wasn't motivating me and helping me be productive. So that's a huge thing. Who are you around? There's this saying that stuck with me, bro. It's like, you're an average of the 5 people you hang around with the most. Think about the 5 people you with the most, man. You are average of them. Do you want to be like them? You know what I mean? Take a step back. Is that somebody you want to be, bro? So, like, I had to take a step back and look at the 5 people I was with the most. I'm like, damn, I don't want to be an average of them. So I had to switch up my whole circle and switch up my whole mindset. And from there, different blessings started coming in, bro. Yeah. A lot of people, you don't realize it, but a lot of people will block your blessings, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would be living with demons and stuff like that, and you being around them, you attracting that energy is blocking your own blessings. So sometimes you just got to step away and do your own thing. No matter what people say. People might call you fake. People might say you changed up. I don't care what you say, bro. I know there's a certain place I want to go in life, and me being with y'all is not getting me there, bro. So I wish y'all the best, but I'm gonna go over here and do my thing.
And that's the thing.
That's a whole part of being mature. You got to be able to do that.
And people think, you know what I mean, they think it's so easy too. Like, oh yeah, you just up and left. I'm like, no, it's, you know what I mean, you act like you haven't sat down and thought and like, damn, like, you know what I mean, like you said, you mean your friends in high school. You know what I mean, that's why it made me move down here. I wanted just something different. I needed something different in my life. I was like, all right, I appreciate the friendships and connections I made growing up, but
I'm getting too comfortable here, bro.
Yeah, and then like back in my old city, fam, it's kind of like either you're working construction or you're you're selling drugs. You know what I mean? And that's a fact. You know, it's sad reality, but you know, it's obviously there's more opportunity. I mean, you can create more opportunities by, you know, putting them out there yourself, and that's why I want to do one day is, you know, go back to my city and give back.
Absolutely.
And but it's not easy, you know, looking back at your A1 friends and you'd be like, damn, like, because you want them to go with you. You want them to grow with you and be better. That's the thing,
bro, and I tried for months, bro. I'm like, yo, let's work on music. Let's do this. Let's do that. You can't change people. People are going to be the way they are, bro. You just got to accept it. I wanted people to get on my mindset, the people I was around. Let's do this. Let's do that. Come on. I'm trying to go to this open mic. Y'all want to come? It just wasn't on the same mindset. Like, you can't keep taking your energy and your time trying to get people to change. They're going to be who they are. You just got to let them be. You know what I'm saying? Let them do their thing, and you go over there and do your thing. So I had to just kind of accept that, bro. You know what I mean? I can't, as much as I want people to change, even myself, as much as people want me to change, I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to be Jefe Beats. I'm going to always be myself, no matter what. So that was a tough thing for me, bro. Like, people that I've been rocking with for years, bro, I just had to kind of separate myself and go and do my own thing because I realized that was what was holding me back. A lot of my time after work, you know what I'm saying, hanging out, doing nothing, having fun. That's cool and all, but what are we doing to, you know what I'm saying, make some money? What are we doing to better our futures, bro? Just sitting around talking and laughing and shit, that's cool, but that shit get old. That shit got old for me, bro.
Facts.
And I know where I wanted to be in the next 5-10 years, and I was like, bro, this is not getting me there, bro. This is cool it's like a de-stressor after work to sit around your buddies and laugh, have a beer, whatever you do to have fun. But like after a while, bro, it's just like, man, I'm wasting so much time doing this. I could be working on my future. And that once I hit that switch, I was like, all right, yo. It wasn't even like, all right, I'm gonna do my own thing. I just kind of fell back. Yeah. I just kind of fell back, and I'm like, yo, where's Jeff at? I'm doing my own thing, bro. Mm-hmm. I tried to get y'all on the same page. I told y'all over and over, but y'all wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wanted to be comfortable. Y'all wanted to be regular. I always looked at myself as being irregular and not average. And anybody that's in that average, comfortable mindset, I got to get away from you, bro, because I know I'm about to go high places. Mm-hmm. So if you're not on that mindset with me, then that's cool. I wish you the best, but I'm going to go over here and make it.
Facts. You know, and then going back to what you were saying earlier, you know, sometimes you have to master yourself, too. You know, like this life is about mastering yourself, like what you truly desire, who you are, like, you know, I mean, who's Jefe Beats, like who, like, it's more than just sitting around. Like, again, you're not disrespecting the time that you spend with them, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Actually, I'll have to send again. I'm going to send it to you after this podcast. Earl Nightingale, and he talks about that. He's what we have now in this society, and this is from the '60s, so it's a little outdated. But he says, you know, why do we live in the most richest and abundant country in all of history, and yet there's people who are sick, you know, who go all this life, make it to 65, and they just are still barely making it. Like, it's like, why? It's
and
like because
we're
comfortable.
Yeah. Right.
Because they're like, all right, I get enough to pay what I need to do. I don't need anything more. They don't strive for more.
I can live paycheck to paycheck. I'm good. I'm comfortable. That's not me, bro. Life is too short to be fucking comfortable, nigga. You know what I mean? I got a paycheck coming in every 2 weeks. Everything's great. God. Everything's nice and dandy. Nah, screw that, bro. Life is too short, and it's too many great things to experience to be comfortable doing the 9-to-5 life. Like, yeah, I'm doing it right now, but like on a bigger scale in the future, I just see a different life for myself, man.
I want to actually talk about your music, about when you started doing open mics and stuff. Like, how was that experience? Like, what was your first open mic? Like, did you tour a lot? Like, I know you said you would go up to Richmond, you know, all across the, you know, East Coast of Virginia. So, like, tell me their story.
Let me talk about that a little bit. So I started going to the open mics probably back in October of 2022. So just a few months ago, I saw on Instagram Buko, which is out Green Run. They do a open mic every Wednesday. Virginia's Got Talent. Shout out DJ J Rock. Shout out G Lit, Khalid Bryant. Shout out all y'all. Shout out Buko. And I started going there every Wednesday. It's a free open mic. Yep. Starts at 8, and you just go up there, sign up, do 2 songs, and that's it. And me being a producer, it was real nerve-wracking for me because I'm like, okay, I'm a producer, but I got songs that I produce that's out. So, like, I'm going up there playing other people's songs, but, like, do I perform it? Do I just play the song? Do I get up there and try to get the crowd interactive? So, for me, it was a struggle trying to figure out how to be comfortable on stage, especially because I'm not an artist. I'm not going to perform somebody else's song that I produce. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
To me, that's a little disrespectful. I want that artist to perform it. So, for a while, it was that struggle of, like, what do I do when I get on stage? But then I just got comfortable. I just started playing my songs, and, you know, sometimes I might rap an ad lib or two, but just getting the crowd involved and really just owning my music. Yeah. And I did that probably for about 8 weeks, bro. I probably went there every week for about 8 weeks, just going playing my music from my first album, Who Is Jefe Beats. This is the second one. I did another one last year, Who Is Jefe Beats, the first one. That one did like over 8,000 streams, man, on all platforms. So it went really... Dude, it really like went beyond my expectations. Thank you, bro.
Man, that's
like,
awesome.
That was another one that was all Virginia artists, all my production from scratch. That was a classic, instant classic, and this one is as well. But just going to those open mics, getting myself out of my comfort zone, bro. I was nervous as hell. I started pulling up these open mics dolo, nobody with me, no friends, no girl, nobody, bro. I was solo dolo, bro. Just pulling up, just trying to, you know what I'm saying, push my brand out there. Because I feel like I was doing all right on social media, but I was talking to my pops, and he was like, man, that word of mouth, don't nothing move around like that word of mouth. And I was like, that shit hit me. So I was like, let me start pulling up to these open mics, really getting my face out there, really getting my face card right, get my brand together, and really tell people who Jefe Beats is and what I can do. And so I just started, like I said, I went there 8 weeks in a row. Then after one performance, 1 week, I had an interview with The Frame Show. Shout out The Frame Show. They did an interview right after Buko. That was hot. That joint got like over 6,000 streams.
Damn.
6,000 views within like a week or two, bro. So like people was definitely watching me, definitely seeing what I was doing. And then from there, I just started meeting people at Buko, right? So I met different artists, and I started getting tapped into stuff they were doing. So there was another open mic in Hampton at Charm Lounge. It's called New Music Wednesdays.
Yeah, I know.
And I went there for one night. A couple of my friends, artists that I knew were performing. So I was like, I'm going to go support my guys, have a good time, just chill. So I did my research before I went to the event, though, too. Because I like to do that before I go to any event. I do my research. Who's running the event? Who are the important people?
Yep.
Those are the people I need to go talk to before I have any fun that night. Exactly. That's what I'm going to do. So I did my research that night. I figured out who was hosting the event. You know what I'm saying? Who were the big dogs in the building? And that's why I went up and introduced myself. While everybody else was pre-gaming, partying, doing whatever the hell they was doing, I set myself apart and went up and introduced myself. Yo, I'm Jefe Beats. I'm a producer, A&R, composer from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I have a lot of music. I'm not performing tonight, but I would love to bring some artists on there and help your platform out, whatever. We just started chopping it up. She really loved my vibe, loved my energy, loved what I was doing. And she made me a judge of the open mic session that night on the spot, bro, on some random shit. I pulled up I was expecting to be in the crowd the whole night, supporting my homies. Then I was up there in VIP judging the whole event, bro. I couldn't have planned that out, dog. That just came from me going out of my comfort zone, being a little uncomfortable, and introducing myself and setting myself apart. Like I said, where everybody else was pre-gaming before the show, I was like, I seen her, and I was like, this got to be her. So I went up and introduced myself. She gave me that opportunity that night. In the past so they do it every month. The past 3 months I've been doing it.
Wow.
So I've had that opportunity, and then from there, I also got another opportunity. One of the other judges at that event, he's like, yo, I'm about to start doing my own little event. He's a DJ. He's like, I'm about to start doing my own event at King's Hookah Lounge in Chesapeake.
Oh, yeah. I heard that.
So he was like, yo, I'd love for you to be a judge. I think I'm going to start it up next month. So that was, what's today, man? April and March. I did that. Wow. Judge that event, and that's where I was up there with DJ Joe Pro and DJ Jack of Spades. Shout out 1 and 3 Jams. That's how I got that opportunity. So one opportunity led to another opportunity, led to another opportunity, and that first opportunity would have never happened had I not got out of my comfort zone and went to the open mic and just really and that's about being comfortable in your own skin and presenting yourself to a crowd of people. That's all a performance is being comfortable with who you are, your music, and letting other people feel it too. And so from Buko, man, everything has just been taken off in the past 8 weeks, man. It's been excellent. From judging open mics to performing on open mics, all of that.
God, dude, and see, it's so amazing how one uncomfortable situation which was literally just going to a place.
Free.
Like, yeah, it's like
It
looking
cost me
back
no
at
money.
it in hindsight, you're like, oh, all I had to do was go and fucking introduce myself to a few people. You know what I mean? And it's crazy how simple, though, these blessings you could be blocking yourself from that can progress, man.
Exactly.
And that's amazing. It's amazing to hear that, man. And that's why I like doing this, too, because people need to hear this. People need to hear, motivation like yourself who, because then think about, I mean, how many days did they, people out there listening, man, just believe in yourself.
Have to
fucking believe in yourself, because dude,
even on the hardest days when it seems
facts.
like nothing's going right, or it seems like nobody's watching you, people are watching you. I thought nobody was watching me for the longest time. People was taking note of what I was doing, and it didn't get to the point where I started reaching out and getting out in person that people were like, yeah, I've been watching you, Jefe, for the past few weeks, or yo, I've been watching you, Jefe, for the past year. I see you, you know what I mean? And I didn't know these people were looking at me, man. So you just got to stay focused. You never know who's watching. No matter how many likes you get, no matter how many views you get, all you need is that one person to co-sign you. If you an artist, yo, I like him, I want to sign him. Same with a producer, or yo, I like this producer, I want to bring him onto my team. All it takes is one person. All it takes is one Jermaine Dupri, one Pharrell, one Timbaland, one Diddy, one Jay-Z to say he's hot. Let's bring him on. Yeah. So you never know who's watching. So always put out your best work, and always present yourself the way you want to be remembered.
Oh, I want to apologize too earlier, because I did say Jeff Beats.
It's all good. It's all good.
You should have stopped me right there. Hey, motherfucker.
It's all good.
It's Jefe Beats, bitch. You better fucking get it right, motherfucker.
Don't you ever say Jeff Beats again, motherfucker.
No, it's funny because I was thinking about it on my way here. I'm like, Jeff Beats, huh? That sounds like the next fucking Beats by Dre or some shit. I was just thinking about you about to get your whole new headphones and shit like that.
No, I've had that happen before, because the spelling is Jefe, so people don't know how to. They see Jeffy, they say Jeff, they say whatever. And I used to put the apostrophe above the E, but I was just like, you know what, whatever. People will catch on. The more I make a name for myself, the more I build my brand. People will read it and say that's Jefe.
Exactly.
So that just comes with work.
Actually, talk about your other brand. Sorry, I may cut you off. Tomfoolery, man. Yeah, I love that shirt too, by the way. Man. I was looking at it. I was like, damn, that looks fucking sick, man. It's the detail and shit. So yeah, tell me what started it. How long did you, the whole nine? Yeah, tell me the whole nine.
All right, so Tomfoolery VB. That is a clothing company provided and created by myself and my brother Connor McCabe. We went to middle school together. I grew up with him. Really good friend of mine. He actually started it at Hampton Sydney in 2018, just in his art class, just drafting up different sketches and stuff like that.
Is he the one that made the design too?
He's the one that made the album cover and the track list.
Damn,
that's my guy. Super talented, man.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out.
So he started it in college, and then I caught wind of it while I was at JMU. I was like, yo, this is hot, bro. Like, I want to be a part of it. And so, anytime I could repost things or just help that way, just help getting the word out there, that's how I started helping out the brand. And then from there, I'm like, yo, I've always wanted to have my own clothing brand growing up. That's always been a flavor of mine. Looking at ice cream from Pharrell and Billionaire Boys Club, I'm like, I want something like that. I want a brand that everybody wants to rock. Who doesn't? So after that, I talked to him bro, I want to be a part of the brand. And it was a few months after he officially started the LLC that I was like, yo, I want to be a part. So now I'm co-founder, he's founder. So we've been rocking since 2018. And we had some hard years, 2019, 2020. It was kind of slow, but man, 2022 really picked up for us. And it was just one of those things, bro. You just got to keep rocking and rolling, no matter if you're getting the love or not. Because all it takes is that one good drop to really pick up. And now people are starting to notice us in the city, and it feels good. So let me talk about the outfit I got on right now.
Yeah.
The glasses right now is local. Shout out Ancient Brand. Shout out Yaya. That's the homie. These are fire. These are exclusive right now. You can get them right now. These are called the Reframes. Go to Ancient Brand on Instagram. You can get these right now. Really good price. Shout out Yaya, like I said.
It does even then, man, guess what? You're supporting local. And that's me when it comes to local. I don't care about what I'm paying, bro. Because guess what? At least my dollar's going to
somebody I know.
Streams.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You're good. So the shirt is a part of my collection, the Tomfoolery, our collection. This is the locals only tee. Now, you see on here Virginia Beach, Virginia, right?
Yeah.
You see locals. Now, this outline of the duck, though, this is very special. If you look at a map of Virginia Beach, especially a map of Virginia, you'll see this outline of the duck, and it represents Chicks Beach, Virginia. So we basically took that off the actual map, trademarked it, and then just, added some flavor to it. So this is actually a landmark, actually a piece of Virginia. So when you see this duck, this is not just any duck. This is actually a piece of Virginia on my chest. So I'm repping Virginia everywhere I go, and I had this duck on me. This is not just a regular duck. This is Jefe Beats, and that's where Connor's from, and I grew up not far from there. So this really represents Tomfoolery and who we are as a brand. And these shorts right here are dope too. These are from Lovers brand. You see the VA right here, and then on this you see the Welcome to Virginia. You know what I mean? So these are really cool because like my album is the Welcome to Virginia compilation tape, the one and only. Nobody's done it like me. So yeah, going off of that, these are some stickers that I got right here. Shout out to Millie Entertainment and Coastal Media. They're the ones that helped me do these stickers.
Oh, they're stickers. Yo,
the two-sided tracklet. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yo, yeah, the shit. Oh, thank you. I'll pass them out.
Yeah, they helped me do these stickers. They did the two-sided track list with the cover art and then the flyer. So shout out to Millie Entertainment, man. She do a lot of events and she's always helping out local artists. So shout out to her, man. But awesome. Yeah, that's how Tomfoolery started, man. We got our summer dropping real soon. I was just talking to Love Child before the episode. We're gonna do like a Future World Sport Tomfoolery collab very soon. That's gonna be fire. Super clean, super simple, super clean. So yeah, man. Tomfoolery VB. You can follow us on Instagram, TOM VB, and our website is tomfooleryvb.com. We have a lot of items available right now. So I think you can get this hoodie right now too. You know, great prices.
Oh, in a hoodie? You can get that duck in a hoodie too. Oh,
yeah,
dude,
absolutely.
Dude, I was gonna say I'm gonna buy some.
Okay,
all right, I was gonna say I would love to do a collab too, because you know what I mean. Actually, this is one of my designs for my.
Oh snap, bro.
Yeah.
Who did the art?
Me.
You?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we can cook up some crazy stuff then, bro.
My fault.
No, you good, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do. Allergies, bro.
Yeah, dude. You know, I used to make my shirts with vinyl and stuff like that, but then, you know what I mean, after a while, I was like, I don't have the time for this. But dude, I would love to collab, though, and do some artwork with you guys. And, you know what I mean? Again, just, you know, be a part of history, too. You know what I mean? Just, like, make a mark and, like, know, like, hey, like, take the action to do what you love. Like, fucking don't give a fuck what anybody does.
Right.
Like, do it to make yourself happy.
Right. I also want to talk real quick about this lineup we got right in front of us. This is all Tomfoolery, from the hats to the fanny packs, bro. And the embroidery, bro, we do in-house embroidery. We have our own embroidery. Okay. So if you ever need custom embroidery for any merch or anything like that, definitely reach out to us. We got good prices on that. But all the hats you see up there is all us, bro. All available. We can make it happen. So definitely let me know if you're interested. The fanny packs are really convenient, hold a lot of stuff in there, and it's really fresh. You got the Tomfoolery and the teeth on it. It's crazy, bro. So
always on the neck, always on the grind.
Absolutely.
Nah, but Jefe, though, we are you know, we have gotten to that time.
That sounds good,
dude. I would love to have you on again. You know what I mean? Even if to get, you know, the co-founder too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean the founder of Tomfoolery. That'd be awesome. You know what I mean? We'll be in contact, man. But yo, Jefe, thank you so much for your time, man. It was fucking awesome. Would you like to shout out how people can support you any way they can, the whole nine?
Absolutely. So first of all, shout out Spawncast Podcast. It was a beautiful event. This was a beautiful time. I had a lot of fun on this episode, man. You did a great job. I love what you're doing. You can follow me right now on Instagram, ELXJEFE. That stands for El Jefe, which is Spanish for the boss. So definitely look me up there, ELXJEFE. I'm Jefe Beats, producer, A&R, songwriter. Right now, everything that I'm pushing is about my album, Who is Jefe Beats 2, which you can see right here. All Virginia artists on it, man. All my production from, you know, Zero to God, Burt All Wild, RGB Tay, RJ Stackhouse, Tune GG. We got Richmond cover. We got Virginia cover. We got everything. Virginia Beach, 75, 804. You know what I'm saying? We doing everything. So y'all definitely check it out. It's available everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you stream music. Just look up Who is Jefe Beats 2, and you won't be disappointed. I guarantee you find your next favorite song and your next favorite Virginia artist. Stamped.
Damn.
So that's my time here, Jefe Beats. Much love.
Hell yeah. Thank you, man, so much, man. It was awesome hearing just a little bit of your story, though. Nah, it was dude, I'm glad you reached out to me, honestly. Well, I think you reached out to me first.
I did.
I was trying to remember because, dude, I'm not going to lie. There's so many times, like, I'll scroll through my messages. I'm like, oh, fuck, this person messaged me. I didn't message him back. Fuck. So, yeah, sorry for everybody out there who's, dude, I'm trying my best to stay organized.
And one last thing, bro. Yeah. You never know what opportunities will come to you if you just reach out. I never thought I would, you know what I'm saying, be on his podcast that soon, but I just reached out to him. I saw what he was doing. You actually did an interview that was real dope with Von Wave. That's my brother. We went to Jam U together. That's my dog.
Dude, he's great vibes too, man. Von Wave. And that was a good episode too, because I learned a lot about just like Man, people are just here to have fun on the podcast. You know what I mean? Because he brought a ball ahead. I was like, oh shit! I'm like, we getting fucked up. I was like, I didn't expect this, but
that's
fuck
my
yeah.
boy. I like Vaughn.
Dude, shout out to Vaughn, man. Great individual though. That's
guy.
crazy. Damn, small world, huh? That's
yeah,
crazy.
but that's how I saw the podcast, and I was like, yo, I really want to come on the podcast. Reached out to him a few weeks went by, and he was like. Then he actually reached out to me, yo, you want to be on my podcast? So it's crazy how things happen. Just always stay focused and don't be afraid to ask a question or you know what I'm saying? Put that opportunity out there for yourself. Present it for yourself, even if somebody doesn't present it for you. And I'm going to leave you with that, Jim.
You dropped plenty of gems on this episode, fam. I promise you that. And guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast, supporting me, and most importantly, my guests that come on and, you know, share their time and knowledge and love. And as always, guys, please take care of yourselves and the people around you, because you know why? You deserve it. All right?
Absolutely.
So have a great one. Stay safe, and peace.
Health is wealth, baby. Shout out Future World Sport. Shout out Community Love.
Yes. Shout out Future World Sport and Community Love. Norfolk. Let's go.
We
Show some love.
Much love, y'all.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Oh, my God.